Just crashed! Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Now in today's video we're moving some more slurry again. We've been very lucky with the weather here recently. What we're going to do is hopefully try and fill that the tower that we moved slurry to last time. Now the weather looks good there next week, so hopefully if I can get it filled we'll be able to spread the ground that we reseeded there last year, which is surrounding the tower. Get that spread and yeah, hopefully try and get some slurry on the ground. Ollie's here this morning, just giving the telehandler a quick wash off, keep it nice and tidy, so we like it. Right, first load of slurry is on, we're now leaving and we will head over to the tower again. Now this morning we've had quite a good morning, everything's gone as planned. So I've fed the calves this morning, done a bit of scraping to help Ollie out, speed him up a bit this morning, so he didn't scrape him for the whole morning because there is an awful lot of scraping to do, obviously being winter time. All the stock's in, so I do a bit there to help speed him up before he comes in the morning, and then I go off and go feed the calves. Now I will do a calf feeding video at some point. If anyone's interested in seeing it on what we do and how we do it. But yeah, basically I've got 5 calves in there this morning that we dehorned, so they'll stay on milk now for a little bit longer to keep them going. Sometimes if you take the calves off of milk straight away after being dehorned, they can go backwards, so what we'll do is we'll keep them on milk for a little bit longer, make sure they don't go backwards, and yeah, keep them pushing forward. Now, as you saw Ollie with the gates on the front, what they're doing now, whilst I'm moving some slurry, is they're going to move some calves and young stock around from pen to pen. So because I've got 5 to wean, what they're going to do is they take 5 calves out of one group, stick them in another group, then 5 calves out of another group again, and just move 5 calves around until the 5 calves that we dehorned are in their right group. Now, overcrowding young stock pens can really stunt their growth, especially if you've got some bigger ones that bully the little ones out of the way, whether it's for feed, or water or line space. The smaller ones can certainly get held back, whilst the bigger ones just keep growing bigger and bigger. Now having smaller pens has allowed the calves to grow really well, and they're really nice uniform groups. Obviously these next 5 that go in will be slightly smaller than the bigger ones that they're going in with, but they'll soon catch up and there won't be a lot in between them. Topic of young stock, we do genomic testing. I'll go over this when I do the calf rearing video and talk through it a bit more, but we do genomic testing. Now in the genomic testing we look for traits in the DNA, whether it's milking speed, resistance against disease, mastitis resistance, they can tell you teat placements. It's phenomenal. Now because we serve so many to black and white, when we do the genomic testing and we get the data back and we can go through it, we can really scrutinise which heifers we want to come through in the herd at a later date. It's left that you're not overly comfortable with or don't think match your current setup, you can send them off the market. You've still got the genomic testing data if they want to see it, and you know with doing the genomic testing that you have physically got the best animals you possibly can. And for a business point of view, it's definitely a good thing to do, because why would you want to keep your potentially worst animals when you're going to have a shed of good, strong heifers? As you saw, I have got the drone here this morning. Now because the weather's been so nice, and it actually, what day was it yesterday? So yesterday it was Tuesday. Yesterday it was a lovely day. It really did feel like spring was here, and it was almost t-shirt weather at some points when it got that hot. I know it isn't hot, but when you're that used to wearing coats, wrapped up like you're going into bloody Antarctica and thermals and waterproof coats, it was day. The clouds are back again, which isn't the end of the world. It's not raining, so that makes a nice change. And yeah, hopefully spring is literally just around the corner. The daffodils are now coming out, which I think they're a bit early this year. But yeah, the grass is growing because it's been so mild. month. Yeah, the grass has noticeably grown, which I'm hoping it doesn't get too far before we start spreading slurry on it, because if you spread slurry on it, chances of bringing it back in when you cut silage is quite high if it's still on the leaf and hasn't washed in. It just seems to go from one extreme to the next, this old weather. It's yeah, it's annoying, but yeah, you can only do what you can do. But we're traipsing on up over this hill again, nice and steady down at 21k. No cars behind me this morning, which is nice. So yeah, make it to the tower, we'll get the drone up, get some video footage, and we will repeat until the tower's full. Now when we come to spread the slurry here that I'm taking to the tower, we'll use the umbilical system. Now the umbilical system's brilliant. If you're looking at getting one, or you think you'd benefit from getting one, it is the way to move slurry. Now especially for us, it works really, really well. We've had it for years and years. I want to say we've had it for nearly 15 years. The system that we've got now. We have recently obviously just got the dribble bar, which we use. We used to use a splash plate. Now that was terrible on windy days. Green tractor, and then by the end of the day you'd have a black edition. It's a cheap way of getting a black edition tractor, but it's not how you want to do it. But yeah, we'll use the umbilical system. Now the umbilical system is brilliant, like I say, for volumes of slurry that you can shift, and also your ground compaction is very minimal compared to cuffing around with a tanker on behind. Obviously there's a lot of dead weight. There is some hills over on this ground, which if you had the tanker on the background, you would most certainly be scratching up over, destroying the grass seed that we had just replaced there in the autumn just gone. And yeah, with the umbilical, it allows you to get anywhere as long as you've got enough pipe. So yeah, we're making our way down to the tower here now. Changeover, so we're ready to empty. I'll back up, chuck the camera on, so we can see how far back we need to go. That should do it. Right, pipes on the back of the tanker. Open the back door, make sure it comes out before I rev it up. I don't want any disasters happening. Now it comes. Cue the drone shots. Just crashed! Right, status update. Kills me to say it, but the drone is poorly. The obstacle avoidance sensors didn't go off when I was flying over a tree, and then it caught one of the little branches. So I was trying to get some cool cinematics. And it got stuck in the tree, and I shook it, and it fell down, and then it hit several branches on the way down and didn't do any damage because it hit the body. And then the minute it landed on the grass, the camera decided it didn't want to be a part of the drone anymore, it wanted to be a part of the verge. I spoke to a company online, whether they're legit or not, and I'll actually see it again, who knows. But yeah, that's the end of the drone footage for the day. Right, I've just landed back. I got a phone call from Dad saying he wants a hand to help load these cattle up, so I'll see you when I'm back. Oh, right, we're back. Calves moved. Just had someone come pick up some Continentals as well, some Herefords. couple Charolais and a Frisian bull calf as well, so they're off. We was getting rid of them as soon as the passport landed when the beef price was good. Also the calf price was phenomenal, so instead of carrying them on the minute the passport come, we're sending them to market. But because we aren't calving so heavy now, we're only having small little numbers compared to the big batches we was having before. We're selling them privately, but I need diesel, and because I've had to park in a funny place in the yard to help move the cows, I'm in line for the diesel tank, so whilst we're that direction, we'll fill up with some diesel. Right, whilst I'm filling up here with fuel, I've got my broken drone here beside me. I was looking at some YouTube analytics. Now 73% of you that are watching aren't subscribed, so if you could be so kind to go and hit that subscribe button, that would really mean a lot. I'm getting bored of waiting. Ooh, a message. I wonder what that is. Tell you what, it's a good job I crashed my drone because it's just about to start raining again there over in the distance. Perfect timing. Couldn't have planned it any better. Another load out of this pit. This pit's now completely empty, which is nice. But to stop the pipe air, and I had to get in and stick my foot over the end. So conveniently, we installed a very handy boot wash. Right, so I just got off the phone to someone to talk about doing some embroidery for the farm and post these out in the road. Interesting to see what that comes out like, and if it's any good and I start wearing it, I'm sure you'll see it in the background of some videos. But anyway, I'm going to keep moving the slurry, and I will catch you on next week's video when hopefully we're doing some umbilical, if this weather forecast stays the way it is, which hopefully it does, and then we'll be out with the umbilical spreading some slurry and getting in action ready for some spring work. But like I say, 73% of you that are watching haven't subscribed. Now if you haven't, I'd really appreciate it if you could. And if you have made it this far in the video, I'd like to say a massive, massive thank you for watching. Now we're nearly at 2,000 subscribers, and if we hit it in between the next video, I'd like to say a thank you in advance. But if we hit it in the next video, I'll thank you then as well. But yeah, go watch my other videos, give me a like, comment and subscribe. Until next time.